have Jackie with us this morning. Jackie Brown.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. What we wanted to do this morning was obviously pick your brains
Okay.
on being a business owner, because you've been a business owner for a good few years now.
Yeah, 35.
That's a good track record.
Oh.
Then we wanted to talk about one of the TED Talks that we came across, power poses, and how not just the way you dress, but the way you actually purport yourself can have a big difference.
Absolutely.
And then hopefully Zoe will be able to join us. She's running a bit late, isn't she?
Zoe's got a prior appointment and she will be joining us very soon.
Fabulous.
Once she has collected her coffee from
The kitchen.
the kitchen. Now we have a competition running today as well.
Yeah, we want to do a competition every
time we meet.
time we
will be
go
having a
somewhere
competition.
different anyway.
Yes.
Oh.
And so more to be talked about in a little while.
We've got a few things that we need to
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
reveal.
Lots of fun things.
Good.
So keep tuned in.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hope you all got your coffee.
Peppermint
Cheers.
tea today.
Yeah,
Coffee.
Imagine iced peppermint tea in the heat. That would be nice.
that would be quite nice in this.
With Wimbledon.
We could have done that. We could have done
The
that.
options are endless.
Yes.
I heard Andy Murray had a win.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've
My
been too
husband-
busy being
my husband-
business.
Being business. Being
Being.
the
Yeah.
bee. The bee.
To watch TV.
Yeah. I know.
Well
same.
done, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine if he wins.
that'd be good. Again,
He's a good guy. He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
he had difficulty with the media when he first started, though, didn't he? He wasn't very
Yeah. He's
media
come-
friendly, but he's kind of getting over
Do
that.
you know why that is? Because he's married. He's softened and he's allowed a woman to
Yeah.
Do you think
enjoy
she's-
him.
Do you think she's coached him
Oh,
as well,
without
though?
doubt. I mean, it all
Not someone
happens in the
else.
house,
You
doesn't
think
it?
it's her?
All happens in the home.
It makes a
The
huge
home's happy,
difference.
man's happy.
Yeah, well, look at
Or
the
woman.
Beckhams.
Depending.
Look at
Yes.
the Beckhams. He was, he was a
Yes.
pretty boy, but he wasn't a superstar until she got hold of him.
Yes, absolutely.
She's
See?
a clever lady.
Absolutely.
So
And there's
what's
lots of
the
clever
saying?
ladies in the southwest of Scotland, isn't there?
Lots of clever ladies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you said you've been in business for 35 years.
Uh-huh.
It's a long time.
It is.
One of the biggest questions I wanted to ask you was, if you had the opportunity now, with all your experience, to go and talk to Jacqueline Brown when she was 20, just starting out with her new salon, what would you tell her?
To believe in yourself, work with the boundaries and push them rather than just sit in the boundary, because we quite often we can get into like a cycle. When you see a boundary, look at it, focus on it and slip over it. Don't let the boundaries come in and tie you in, because the world's a beautiful place. You can do all sorts of things in it. That's what I'd say to Jacqueline when she was 20.
Did you find then that back then you allowed what you perceived to be boundaries to define what you did?
I think coming from a business background, the push would be from my mum, and she would expect us in our family to jump over them. So it's an expectation, isn't it? And you get used to the expectations,
Yeah.
rather than just sitting within a place. It becomes normal, I suppose.
So would you
So the
say
drive.
that you were driven? That's
Yes.
the word.
Yeah.
Would you say you were driven rather than grown?
Yes, and that was from a very early age.
Which isn't necessarily a negative thing,
No,
but
Yeah, I think that's a
it's
positive
a great
thing.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gives you a
but
head start, if nothing
It's
else.
a great
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yeah.
Fab.
Well,
And
for
well done
little
to your
acorns,
mum.
isn't it?
Yeah.
The acorns grow. Absolutely.
Great oaks grow.
Great oaks.
So was,
and you're a
was your
great
mum
oak.
quite business savvy then?
Yeah.
Did she do her own things? What was her background that you
She
kind of
was-
grew up in?
Well, she was a farmer's daughter, Mum, and Mum was expected to collect the eggs and take them to the shop or whatever. It's in the day though. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's a long time ago. And she said no to that. She wanted to be a hairdresser. So she cycled every single day, and she would cycle 20 miles to and from, and she became a hairdresser. And from that, then obviously all of the focus then became about business. And she had her very first business in a cupboard, I think. And now she has, well, as a family, we have 2 hair salons. So, and we do tutorials all over the world.
Yeah.
So, and no boundaries. That's the key. Is the boundaries don't, if the boundaries are there, just find a way of jumping over them. I would say.
Easier said than done though, isn't it?
Can be a bit scary.
If you're not used to that, if that hasn't been the environment you've grown up with, or you haven't. I mean, I think I tend to have a natural inclination to, if someone tells me I can't do it,
You want to do it more.
I'm going to prove them wrong.
Especially if it's a male.
Yeah. So I've got that kind of slight, I don't know, aggression maybe. I don't know.
Want to do it more. That's good. It's a good way of putting it.
But
because a challenge is a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think certainly my sister, or one of my sisters, is the complete opposite, and she won't challenge anything, And I think, I don't know, I'm presuming that maybe fear. There's a bit of fear on doing something different. So how, if you've got that fear in you, how do you overcome it?
Because you did mention scary, it's frightening.
Yeah. Well, my thought on that is, it all comes from within, doesn't it? It all comes from the feeling and the thoughts and the emotions that we have, both about ourselves and about our surrounding people and places.
Yes.
And my perception of that right now is one of the reasons why coaches are used so much now is because people need somebody to walk alongside them.
You're right.
I mean, even although I'm a coach, I now have a coach, and she stands beside me and she walks with me. And when I have my meltdowns, she goes, "No, that's not what you're doing. You're doing that." And for me, even with all my confidence and strength and 35 years in business, it's really refreshing somebody reminding me of what I want to do, but in a different way. So I think the coach is having a coach in business and being able to touch them and allow them to help you is a real key message, rather than just sitting and going, "What do I do next?"
No one's. It's a cliche. No one's a rock or an island. You always need some kind of encouragement, or even just a sounding board sometimes.
And even after 35 years, having a coach has just given me.
Have you always been like this then, Jackie? Have you always been strong? Have you always been this amazing?
Well, a lot of it happened when I met you.
No, I'm not asking that, but have you always felt this good?
No. I think strength comes from achievement. And when you're achieving, it's easier to bound forward. When you're static and you're sitting.
Success, doesn't it?
Yes. And having the right people around you.
Yes.
Makes such a big difference. People you can actually call on and go, "Computer's frozen, what do I do?" Or, "What am I going to wear because I've got that and that on?" And it's having the right people and knowing they're there, I would say, rather than worrying about it.
And static and frozen, you just said static and frozen. So that is something that we're going to come on and talk about in a little while, is how we sit in life, whether we're static and frozen or whether we're active and mobile and moving forward and motivated.
Yeah.
And in your life, I've watched you be motivated and moving forward and progressive and always looking to diversify. And in the years that I've known you, I've seen you add to your businesses, and you've encouraged lots of other businesses, and you've brought up other businesses around you. And not a lot of people know that about you. They've seen you as build your business, but us other businesses in the background have seen you affirm and endorse other businesses in the background, and it's been really good.
You only get out what you put in there, don't you?
You do. But I personally have seen a softer side to you, other than the hard-nosed businesswoman. that a lot of people see.
Mhm.
And so I'd love for the viewers to get to know that side of Jacqueline Brown a little bit.
Hmm. I think perception
Uh-huh.
and the projection of that onto others, allowing nice things to come to you rather than always looking for the horrible things.
That's a good point,
Yeah.
actually.
Because I think,
Opening your
Yeah.
either your mind or your heart, depending on your persuasion.
yeah,
has
because
a-
we do
has a
get
big
very
effect.
tunneled, don't we? We get very tunneled into this is what I need to do, instead of actually, this is it, and just, you know, bring it to me, nice things. I mean, the universe will deliver whatever you ask it for.
Yes.
Not everyone.
In reality.
I have to say this. Not everyone agrees with that. My husband says that's a load of piffle. That's his
Does
favourite
he?
word. Is piffle.
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 Interesting
Okay.
word.
So
Okay.
he's very
His projection is different from ours then.
totally, because when I start to talk to him about this kind of thing, and you can see it, he just goes his own.
It's
Really.
very
So-
logical.
Oh, totally. So
Is it
I
Spock?
have to, I have to find
Not
guys
Kirk.
like you to kind of
To
talk about that.
inspire. If you don't get inspiration in and it just
Yeah.
keeps coming out,
Yeah.
and you're
I mean,
empty
he's-
inside, aren't you?
He's
Empty,
great. He's
empty,
really
not good.
supportive. He's supported me immensely. I can't
Absolutely.
thank him enough. But when I talk about that type of thing, it's like no.
But don't we as women need to surround ourselves with women?
Absolutely.
Women who get us. And we've got to actually go and seek out the people that actually understand the same language that we're speaking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, we do run empty, we do run dry, and we actually lose the momentum that we've got in life and in business. And this is why this group is so important, this network that we're building, this community, is because we don't have enough of this in this area, Dumfries and Galloway, where we're creatives, we're spontaneous, we're live,
Yeah, absolutely.
we're alive women, and
Surrounded by beautiful
surrounded
people.
by beautiful people, surrounded by a beautiful area,
Mm.
surrounded by so much potential, and we need to keep sparking off one another, encouraging one another,
Absolutely.
you know, driving one another on, lifting one another up, and saying, "Come on, you can do it."
Mhm.
And just like, rather than just hiding, curling up, shutting ourselves away, and saying, "I can't do this. I'm exhausted. You know, I'm going to dress in drab colours."
And I think the aim of this group is to inspire others.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. So that, well, just like we're talking about, you know, the way we like to encourage each other, and you're saying there is a bit of a shortage,
Huge shortage.
because most networking groups, most, not all, but most networking groups that we've been to has been male orientated. Not that, you know, there's not women there or anything, but the way they are put together and the way you're encouraged to connect to each other, I think, is male orientated. And you first met me when I was still recovering from my corporate life, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And I know, I mean, I felt completely different. I worked for years in a male-dominated. It was all engineers. Very few women were even accepted, and yeah, I had to be different. Well, at least I felt I had to be different. I had to be the hard ass, the bitch,
To mirror them.
to mirror them,
Mhm.
yeah, to hold my own with them. And I think you were one of the first people that kind of said, "That's not sitting with you." And at that point, I was completely drained. I'd left corporate life by then, but there was not a lot left in me.
And you had a real hard exterior.
Yeah.
A real male projection
Yeah.
coming from you. You were projecting that to the
And
world.
I felt when I was working in corporate life that was the only way to survive, because it was a different arena, and I always felt there was a different way of doing things, but didn't feel that there was an opportunity to do it then. So having something like this to me, this is freedom almost. You know?
Good word.
Yeah, because you can, you know, what's to stop women having the home and the business and the heart and everything else that's important to them? You know, they just deal with it different. So,
absolutely.
It's the whole word again about being.
Yeah.
Being a woman.
Yeah.
In business.
Yeah,
And
and it's,
encapsulating
making sure you're
everything.
inspired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's not to say that some guys would also appreciate this approach, because there will be some always.
That could be phase 2.
Mm.
But this
And then we could merge the two. But that's another topic.
That's another topic. But some guys appreciate the softer side.
Yeah.
What do they call it? The emotional intelligence,
Yes.
or recognition of emotional intelligence, has been gaining.
Yes.
Even in corporate life, it's been
Mhm.
gaining popularity, because they realise that if you have emotional intelligence, you are more likely to be a good leader
Yes.
of people.
Mm.
And women, I think, tend to be more naturally emotionally intelligent.
Because they're in touch with their emotions.
Tend to be.
Generally, they're not shut away.
Tend to be, yeah.
But that leads on to us women have got so much to offer these men. And so the men actually do need us in their lives.
Oh, yes.
They really do.
Look at Andy Murray. It's a perfect
I
example.
know.
His wedding ring on his shoe.
Really? Oh, bless
Oh,
him.
I
Bless
mean, that's just super cute,
Bless
isn't
him.
it?
It is very cute.
Mm.
Very cute. But the men do actually need us, rather than shutting us out and in business and thinking that, that they just need to go at all hard line and they don't need us to input into their lives. That actually, our contribution to teach them the softer side, to teach them how to use their voices, to teach them how to dress, to teach them how to use colour, to teach them how to use conversation, to teach them how to use opening lines, all of these things, these are really vital to help them in business.
Now that reminds me of another TED talk. We're going to talk about TED talk just very shortly, because time is getting on. And for anyone that hasn't found TED Talks, go and look it up. It's amazing.
Brilliant. Inspirational.
Really, really inspirational.
One a day minimum.
Just like your
that's
apple.
your prescription. One a day TED Talk.
Yeah, be inspired.
There was
And
a lady,
10 hugs at least.
10 hugs.
10 hugs. You need 10
Ah.
hugs a day.
I don't know
I'm
that
in
TED
massive
Talks will give
deficit.
you
Do hugs.
but
You don't do hugs?
No, I don't do TED Talks, do I do, obviously.
just TED Talks, though.
Mwah.
2.
Definitely loose
You
women.
got
this
1
is.
when you came in.
Absolutely, that's 3.
So there was this lady. She got really high up in the US government. She'd come from a slightly military intelligence background and was getting quite high up in government. So she is used to working in a male-dominated environment. And she gave this TED talk, and basically the bottom line was, for true equality, we need to re-socialize men. That's what she said. Now this isn't a guy bashing thing.
No.
We
It
love
was
guys. We have so much respect
her
for
main
them.
argument was that women have just about got it all. It's okay for them to have a career. It's okay for them to stay at home. It's okay for them to try to have both. Men, socially, or as far as social acceptance is concerned, they do not have that. It is not socially acceptable for them to stay at home. It's the general opinion of society is that they are emasculated if they stay at home. And she's saying that's as far as she's concerned, that's the fundamental inequality, that men feel that they have to have that career and have to be measured on the salary or whatever. She's saying, until we re-socialize men's roles, there's not going to be that equality. I thought that was quite an interesting idea, actually.
So she's turning it back on the men, isn't she?
Responsibility of the men to add to themselves as well.
To give themselves permission for them, that it's okay for them to have different aspirations.
And it is, again, it is permission. And again,
who gives us permission, though? That's a question. Who gives us the permission to do what we want to do?
It's
in comparison,
fundamental
in comparison to what we have to do.
beliefs.
Absolutely. And it's changing those beliefs with the confidence and the structure that gives us, it's almost like a reprogramming of opportunity every single morning, because doubt's over there, isn't it?
Yeah. Reprogram, I am conscious of the time, reprogram. This TED talk that we were going to talk about was these power poses.
Yes.
And it was quite, the TED talk, we'll stick the link up on Facebook and Google+. It was quite an emotional talk, you know, she was telling her story. She had been studying the effect of power poses, that if you sit up straight and you occupy your space, you will start to feel powerful. It's one of my bugbears. Have you noticed that guys, like in public transport, will sit
Yeah, that's very
because they are owning their space?
Yeah, and their pheromones are going out. That's the theory.
Yes.
Well, I don't really want to.
Yes.
Too much.
I think
Giving it out
keep
to the
them
world.
to yourself, please. I'm really not interested.
Dignity.
But
isn't it?
it's something that guys tend to naturally have. They naturally have
I'm
this
sitting
pose
back.
of
Ugh.
yeah.
It's so.
I'm owning the space. I'm owning the chair next to me, and therefore the person who's sitting in the chair next to me. So she was saying, if anyone who starts to take on these poses is going to start to feel that power. It's not a case of pretending. You actually start to feel more powerful. So she's recommending that you actually stand there in the clothes that make you feel good, in this power pose, standing tall and proud type of thing. And we mentioned it earlier before we went online, that it's not faking it till you make it, it's faking it until you become it.
You start off
ingrained.
faking it until you make it, and then the second stage is faking it until you become it.
Yeah.
And it actually becomes part of you. The more you practice, and this is true in life, the more you practice something, the more it becomes part of you. It takes 21 days to change a habit.
It does so.
90 days to change conditioning. And so it becomes part of you. So keep practicing. Practice. Doesn't make perfect, but actually it becomes part of you.
One of the things that I do as a coach is I give a client a challenge. Obviously, there's challenges for all of us, but this particular challenge is to like what you see in the mirror. And how many of us walk past the mirror and go, not now? Later, but definitely not now. So one of the challenges that I often put out to people who are looking for strength and confidence is a significant challenge of looking in the mirror and saying something really nice every single day to themselves. And then an additional 3 times in the mirror with a big smile.
And that is quite a challenge for some people.
Me, even with my confidence, I have difficulty with it. But still, once eventually you do it, and then you look yourself straight in the eye and you go, yeah, this is exactly what I want to be.
Yeah. Because I went through a coaching session with Jackie. We did a few sessions, and you made me do that. And I think that was the worst thing that I had, that you made me do. I have to smile at myself in the mirror. Really? Do I really have to? But I did it. But it was probably the hardest out of all the things that I had to do.
Really?
Yeah.
And did you get used to doing it?
Sort of.
Do you still do it now?
Yeah, I don't enjoy it. What I tend to do.
So you're pushing the boundaries. That's a good thing.
What I tend to do is first thing in the morning when I'm getting ready, think, that looks okay, and then I avoid mirrors for the rest of the day because I know it just falls.
Oh.
What
so I just
falls.
My whole face, the makeup, everything there.
So I keep this
image of me in the morning when I'm actually okay, and that's as long as I don't look at another mirror, I'm thinking, that's how I move.
Well, see, for me, my image is that as the day goes on changes, because I get more motivated the more people I meet. The more people I meet, the more sparkly I become. And when I get really sparkly, I can sometimes just be like a bit wired. And I think that's really cool because that's coming from in here.
It is. That's the real person.
Yeah, and of course, when you're heartfelt and you're doing it around the people, so that might be a good challenge for you, is to take it away from the strength in the morning and go, actually, as I get more motivated, how much better do I feel?
Yes.
That's a thought. Yeah.
Can I just bring into that? I've had a conversation with somebody this week and a couple of people this week. Actually, it made me laugh, and it's made me, think quite a bit, in a funny sense. But people have said to me, Yvonne, you're so fake. When you wear your smile, and you're always so cheery and everything.
Fake.
Yes.
Wow, what bit of you?
I know. Well, I don't do fake nails. I don't do fake eyelashes. I don't do fake boobs. I don't do fake
obviously
anything. And so, you know, like they said, my fake smile. And, you know, this statement about, you know, fake it until you make it.
Uh-huh.
You know, I have lived that
Sorry, I
for
don't know
many,
what
many
was in
years.
there. Apologies.
It's fine. But, you know, in life, you've got to practice things until you actually make through, because you can't go about wearing your heart on your sleeve, and you can't go about, you know, telling everybody everything that's going on in life and in business, can you?
No.
Yeah.
And you are moving forward, and my business is about helping people feel their best and dressing their best and dressing for where you want to go
Well,
in
it's a
life.
feeling thing, isn't it? Again.
It's a feeling thing. It's a projected thing.
What
It's
did you say, and how did you handle that when someone said your smile or whatever it was fake?
Well, I just thought to myself, it's very interesting that you feel that you've got the right to say that.
Well, there's
to be-
quite
It's a very judgmental thing. But I thought that I would never tell somebody that. That's like somebody ripping the mask off. If somebody, you know, like, you never say something like that to somebody.
I'm not jealous of you, love.
Well, you know, whatever was happening, but it was just a
I've
situation.
got all sorts going off here.
But I'm telling you this because, you know, like, when you were talking about being with people, you become alive. When I'm with people, I become alive. When I'm out in public, I become alive. When I'm on my own, I'm like this.
And that's what this group is about, isn't it? It's inspiring each other and filling you up from the top with the positivity.
Yeah.
Extroverts and
motivation.
introverts. Introverts love time on their own and can do business on their own. Extroverts need to be with people and need to be charged up with people.
I would say naturally I'm an introvert because when there's a large crowd, I don't like being the centre of attention or it. But
it's not necessarily the centre of attention.
Well, yeah, but I love dealing with people. I love talking with people on a more personal, you know, one-to-one kind of basis. I enjoy that. But in fact, you know, the Myers-Briggs person. I am an introvert. But I love talking to people.
So you're a developed introvert?
I don't know. But it gives me that extra
you
energy
have so much
when
to
I've
say,
spoken to people.
Yeah, maybe it's the audience thing. Maybe, you know, an audience with, you know, you're able to give it out to one person and really concentrate, whereas a lot of people like to do a whole room, don't they?
You're a
teacher. There's much more of a
teacher.
Even when you do your tutoring around the computers and things, you're focusing on that person at that time in that moment without making them feel silly, because of course technology to all of us is quite scary. And the way you teach is just so an allowance of that.
Logical.
Yeah.
Very
so that's maybe the one-to-one.
Yeah, maybe, but
yes,
Jo,
absolutely. Well done. You're good at
it.
You're good at it.
You are good at it.
You are good at it. But Jo, smile and big poses. Let's do the power pose. Open.
I've been doing a little bit of drawing recently about a progressional path for my coaching clients. And I have the pinnacle point of the result of my clients is at the top of a hill.
Oh, sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, at the top of a hill with ice glaciers behind. And the pose is, the hills are alive with the sound of music.
Singing. I love it.
And I see all my clients having their own little hill. Or a big hill, depending.
Oh,
that's quite cool.
Yeah, it's a bit Julie Andrews-ish.
That's great.
I even have her as my screensaver. How sad
Julie Andrews.
Yeah. She's 80.
Excellent.
She's amazing.
I can hear her singing in my ear.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Absolutely. So the hills are alive with the sound of beautiful women doing what they want to do, not what they have to do.
But you're not just restricting yourself to women. You
Absolutely.
are open.
I coach
your
all.
client base is men as well. So
absolutely.
You're doing a lot of great work, Jackie.
Thank you.
Jacqueline.
Edinburgh Jacqueline. Jackie Dumfries.
And can we talk a little bit about that? Because your identity grew when you took on this new business.
Yeah.
You grew into this new business because for years everybody knew you as the salon owner, the beauty salon owner, and then you grew, you transformed into this beautiful butterfly that took off. and came out of the cocoon that you lived within for all of these years very successfully.
Oh,
And now you've spread your wings and you've flown and you're now liberated and you're touching different people's lives in a different way now, as well as keeping your core business in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a wee bit more about that transformation?
Yeah, I think, well, I've mentored people for all of my business life. And when I started mentoring my team, my team that I employ, the change in them was just almost instant. And the reviews and things that we're getting, awards were coming thick and fast. And I simply thought, well, if I can, encourage and coach those people who I've already encouraged and coached all my business life, and change their perception and their feelings and their thoughts, and allowing them to be as good they can be. If I can do that with my team, imagine what I can do with a client. And then I became a master last year, and that's just a completely different ballgame, because as a master,
just to clarify, that's a master of NLP.
Yes.
Neuro-linguistic planning.
Yes, it is. And I like that allows us, the focus behind that is you can do whatever you want to do. There are no boundaries.
No
The
boundaries.
results are significant for my clients. Significant. So that's in a nutshell. And of course, because I'm a giving person, and I've always mentored and coached people, but now that I actually have a framework to allow clients to change and progress and create confidence in themselves, it's just so rewarding.
Yeah.
And I love it.
You've mentioned two things there. You've said no boundaries.
No boundaries.
But yet you said framework.
Yeah.
And structure within that. So no boundaries means liberty, but yet you do provide safe boundaries.
Yes.
To grow.
Again, it's walking with the client.
It is.
Walking with the client to get to where they want to be.
So it is, and that to me just sounds like there's a lot of support, a lot of love, a lot of positivity, a lot of progression, not a lot of holding back. It sounds like there's freedom to grow.
Yes.
So it's all very positive what you do there.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So Jo is one of your clients who have been through your door, and there's been other lovely people, many. And I'm sure you'll have lots more.
What we'll do is we'll stick up your website link
so that
people can have a look at what you do with NLP.
An email. Good idea.
Yep. So if you're interested, give us a wee shout, but we'll put the link up. But time is getting on.
Yes, and Zoe is on her way.
Oh, is she coming?
Zoe is on her way. Sorry. But I'd like to just use a little bit of this, because this is one little thing that I've discovered from Jackie's Beauty Salon.
I've been putting it on my elbows recently.
And, have you? It's a Phenomen oil. And I use it for my nails. And this is, Jackie uses the Jessica range in her salon, and just carry it in your handbag. Would you like some?
Yes, I would so.
So you just carry it in your handbag, put a little bit on your nails every evening or whenever through the day, and you just rub it in as you're relaxing. Would you like some in your other hand?
Bedside, no, thank you.
Just would you like some, darling?
I'll try.
And it is just the most amazing thing. And it's good enough to eat, but don't eat it. But it's just beautiful, and it really moisturizes your fingernails.
No, I'll swap it over.
I think quite a lot of the clients recently have been putting it on this part of the hand.
Yes, but if you put enough on, you can actually moisturize it right across your hand. And then once it's finished on your hands, rub it into the ends of your hair as well. Because oil, you can use it anywhere. Even on your legs, ladies, in the summer.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There you go. There's
toenails.
Beauty tip.
Yes. Not that I'm a therapist. Jackie is the master therapist. But it's just nice, just, because we're all about, keeping ourselves looking lovely and making the most of ourselves. But Jackie's always got these things on hand at her salon and everything. And, she's got lots of products. Lots of lipsticks. It'll moisturise because we're sitting calm for a little while. We're just let it moisturise. Just let it with the heat.
Yeah.
So you were going to talk about a competition that you wanted to start running fairly
Yes.
regularly.
Yes.
Yeah.
The little competition that we are going to start running is, because we're going to meet every month, we are going to run a coffee competition. And we're going to ask you, lovely people, to text in or to email in or to contact us to say, and the first person that contacts us to say where we are meeting wins.
Ahead of time.
No, after.
Oh.
After.
To guess where we are. Guess where we are.
Wow.
We will
We will
have-
invite you to come and have a coffee with us.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
So the sofa's going to get bigger. People on the sofa. Or in the
Well,
kitchen,
Or
wherever
the
you are.
sofa or the coffee shop or wherever.
because we're on Hangouts, we
Yeah.
can have people join us
Oh,
virtually.
remotely.
Yes.
Virtually, yes. So
That's a
we're
great
hoping
idea.
people are going to start, dialing in. I'll have to set you up with a Google account so that
Love
you
it.
can join in too from Edinburgh or wherever you are.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And give wave.
And wave. And we want to do showcases of people's businesses. So we'll have our quick coffee breaks, which is overrunning
Yeah.
We can
extremely
do it
because we're
anytime.
chatting. But we want to have showcases where we can go to people's businesses and they pretty much just show us around the
Wow.
place.
Help them advertise.
And so the competition winners can have a showcase if they want.
Nice. That's a
And
lovely
bit
idea.
of free advertising
promote them as
amongst,
well.
amongst themselves.
I wonder who will be first.
I wonder. So, come on, ladies, if you would want some free advertising or free coffee with us, and just to come and sit and hang out with us,
Yes, and
have a
chat.
giggle. We haven't mentioned Big Knickers this week, and we
No.
haven't mentioned Cankles, but we have done some other lovely things.
Yeah,
Yes, we've had the
all in the
lovely
mind.
Jacqueline Brown. We're very sorry that Zoe hasn't made it with us this week.
No, or Caroline.
Or
Caroline
Caroline.
was
We've
going to
missed
try and
Caroline
dial
too.
in, but she's got a daughter's appointment, I think, at the orthodontics, and a few other things that she had to do. As you
She's busy
do when you're a
being.
mum.
She's busy being.
She's busy being.
Busy
She's
being.
busy
But
being.
there's a few
Busy
other
being.
things that we're hoping to plan too. We want to start a proper networking event, so an actual so the networking at the showcases. But we've got a gorgeous venue in mind, which we haven't quite tied down yet. But I've been told that I was speaking to the owner a few weeks ago, and she said, no, we should be able to use it. Gorgeous venue, which we will announce as soon as possible for people to start physically networking.
Hopefully
Nice.
that's going to be in September,
Yeah.
after the school holidays. Us-
Perfect
yes,
timing. So
perfect.
inspiration as soon as the children go.
Yes, we'll
movie
be-
time.
Feet on the
Love
ground,
it.
heels high, girls. Great look together.
That's a good idea.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Nighttime, daytime.
This one
Mid-evening.
is
cocktail
evening,
time.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Get
yeah.
the cocktail rings
Oh,
on.
I'm coming.
Yes, cocktail
So we're going
dresses.
to call it cocktails and contacts.
Love that.
Cocktails and contacts.
Or margaritas and
mocktails,
mingling.
depending on-
I love that.
Margaritas and mingling.
Oh, I think the options are endless.
Yes. We're just going to have fun. We'll just get together and we'll
Uh-huh.
just.
But we are
Mix.
on
Keeping
the
it
lookout
focused.
for
Yes.
the odd inspirational speaker.
We will be looking for inspirational speakers. We have a
Just a
few
moment.
mixed
There are
up.
loads of people you could have for that, isn't there?
We have got lots and
Mm.
lots.
Right.
Okay,
Easy.
that's good.
So yeah, I will get the website up. Sorry, I still haven't done it. Just
That's
been really
fine.
busy. I'll get the website up so that people can start noting their interest.
Uh-huh.
And then we have, once we get the networking thing going, the showcasing thing going, we've got a few other wee things up our sleeves.
We have got more coming.
We have got more.
I
But just-
love it.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I can feel it.
And there's
can
lots
feel
of
it.
people interested, and we are going to be very systematic. We will have a plan. We do have a plan.
We do have a
We
plan.
have a plan, but we're not telling you all about it yet because we want to build the momentum.
Absolutely.
And we
Nothing to
have
do with the
sys-
fact that this morning was a bit of fly by the seat of my pants, but hey.
Well, you're good at that, though, Joe.
But your pants are great today. Your white trousers for
There's
Americans.
no boundaries.
Yes.
All
Looking
challenges.
lovely in the pink. gorgeous in this. And talking about pink, because Jackie's a stylish woman, just to say thank you, we brought you some pink champagne lip balm. Just to say thank you, because it's morning, we can't give you the actual champagne to say ching ching, but there's pink champagne lipstick.
I
To
love
say
it.
thank you for coming to
Oh.
join us.
Champagne pink with a crown.
Yes.
Love it.
So thanks for coming. Thanks for
It's a
sitting
pleasure.
with us this
Thank you.
It's a
morning.
pleasure to support, and I'm
Thank you
really
very
keen to see it
much.
all happening.
Yeah,
Well.
great. But it's great just to watch where you're going.
Yeah, and you guys.
Thank
Well done.
you. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Right, well, we're going to sign off.
And we'll
I'll
see
just
you
turn it
next
off.
month.
See you next month.
But please be in touch. Let us know your thoughts and any comments. And we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Bye.